Line makes up there. Barlock assists one more.
Oh, this is it. He's gonna kill him.
That's
He's gonna
the
kill
open
him.
up for Sonic
Here
Fox.
it is. And Sonic Fox. Wait a minute. Yo, wait, do not tell me we're gonna summon. Are we gonna summon? And Sonic Fox is your Dragon Ball Fighters Evolution 2018 champion.
Sup fellas, Panda here, and I just want to start off by saying thank you for the attention to the last video I made. It was very well received, a lot of people gave a lot of great feedback, and you know what, it's helping me get better as a content creator, so I want to say thank you just for that. The other thing I want to say is that I had many great suggestions for grapplers to cover, and even though they will get their own video one day, this is not that video. Because today I want to stray off and cover a kind of complete extreme example of what a grappler can be when allowed to be. And to go to this extreme example, we need to go to one of the extreme types of fighting games, that being the tag fighters. I just want to say before we begin the video, please like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. We're trying to hit 2,000 subs, maybe try to push beyond that, get to 3K one day. So it'd be greatly appreciated. I might also do a video on Haggar. If anybody doesn't know, I have a history of not liking Haggar. Let's make that a goal. You know what? 3,000 and I'll do the Haggar video. How about that? I'll leave you with that. I'll leave you with that. On to the video. When it comes to the tag grappler, they tend to have their strengths amplified as some of their weaknesses a bit more obvious that will be covered later. To look at tag grapplers within tag fighting games, look no further than G.R.A.B. They decided to kind of go upon the stereotype of a big body grappler by giving him armor on literally everything besides his legs. The other thing as well is that he has amazing anti-zoning and anti-assists, and his command grab, which is armored by the way, can lead to this type of damage. It's insane how much you could do in a tag fighter, and tag fighter grapplers still rock the same game plan of rocking strike throw. And they may lack things like getting in or maybe a slower neutral, but assists tend to cover that weakness within the tag fighters, and that's what helped tag grapplers really stand out. But now that you know the extremes of the tag grappler and the fact that they're still the same just to absurd levels, now it's time to move on to the game. Instead of say moving into the game, it's time for Marvel, baby.
Capcom presents Marvel Comics.
Marvel vs. Capcom is one of the ultimate 3v3 tag fighting games, and of course, before we get into what makes Haggar absolutely villainous in this game as the grappler I want to cover, I want to get into what makes Marvel. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is a 3v3 hyper-aggressive fighting game where you can choose from the Marvel side or the Capcom side. Each character has 3 different assists to choose from, and those assists can vary from neutral hold down, pressure, and even a DP. It's a 4-button fighter with a tag button for tagging in both teammates and for calling in assists. The 4 attack buttons can be Gatling, kinda like in Guilty Gear, going from the lightest to the heaviest. This is called the Magic series. This is what tends to make combos easy. You go from light, medium, heavy to S, S being the launcher 9 times out of 10, or the hard knockdown in the aerial combo. That's the Magic series. Since this game is super aggressive, block strings can last forever. However, if you use one of the main defensive mechanics, being push block, you're able to deal with very long oppressive block strings. Block strings like this that would last forever in a normal game, it doesn't last forever in a game like Marvel vs. Capcom. All you have to do is press back plus light plus medium, and just like that you're able to push them back, and there's nothing too intense execution wise. All you're doing is telling them to get off me for no cost whatsoever. But yeah, that's why Marvel is insane. It's like an anime fighter on steroids. Combos in this game can also last for quite a while. Like mentioned before, fighters in the game where combos last a while, but in this game I would say they last longer and with higher levels of execution, so there's a lot more of an execution barrier to get into the game's type of combo structure and gameplay structure. You need to really play this game for a long period of time. If you want to do crazy combos, look for no other than Dante, as he is Devil May Cry 3 accurate.
Crazy, badass, apocalyptic, savage, 6 skills, smoking sexy style.
When you're down teammates, it makes you wonder, how do you make a comeback happen in this type of game? And that is to get into the next mechanic that has been video essayed to death. People believe it to be unbalanced, broken, maybe even unnecessary. But let me introduce you to it, that being X Factor. This tool makes your character faster, deal more damage, and health regen the red parts of their health, the regenerative part. With more people dead, the buffs get crazier and crazier, and I really do mean crazier. There is one character that plays very disgustingly with this mechanic. I will not be talking about him in this video. This video isn't about him. It's about the most evil grappler ever designed. The mayor of Metro City, Haggar. Haggar is one of the grapplers in this game, alongside others like Hulk, Skrull, and Nemesis. But they stray from the grappler code a little bit, Skrull being a long-reaching type of grappler, Nemesis being more of a zoner than a grappler, and Hulk being more of a rush-down armor buster type character. Haggar focuses on the grab game completely, with it being the main focus in terms of mixing people up, and in terms of doing this cheeky 50-50 game, his neutral's mostly about poking to get in. He rocks a very accurate style to his Final Fight counterpart. If you go back to the old game, his iconic throw the flying pile driver is the exact same as it is in the older games. And of course, he does use the iconic lead pipe. More on that later. Haggar's always been a successful character in this game, being in the more high to mid-high tier placement in terms of power. If you look towards one of the best competitors in this game, being Justin Wong, he placed Haggar in A tier, which is 1 tier below Virgil Zero, which is one of the most powerful teams in the game. So it really goes to show how much Haggar really stood out as a powerful character within this game. But when it came to Haggar, he wanted to team up with characters like Sentinel and Hulk, but he could work really well with characters like Rocket Raccoon and Frank West. He was a very nasty grappler, in my opinion well designed to be evil, but we need to get into what makes him weaker rather than what makes him stronger. Last time, Tizok had some absurd weaknesses I wanted to save till last. I wanted you to see what's cool about him, but with this video, I feel like what's cool about him is absurd. So I'd rather you see the weaknesses, get that out of the way, and then talk about what made him so evil. One of his major issues, and this was like the main one, was his get-ins. Even though he had very powerful pressure and is a 3v3 fighter, his main problem was getting in, and against some characters that just didn't happen. He had to rely on assists to get in, that's right. Sentinel assist was the main way to help him get in, or maybe even the Hulk shoulder. But in terms of trying to get in, that was kind of your main avenue, because your get-in tools weren't really all that with Haggar. And because you got to rely on assists, it meant that they could get caught for a happy birthday. In Marvel vs. Capcom, if your side character gets caught, they take way more damage than what your point character would take. Meaning that if you get caught in a happy birthday, you could lose both characters if the opponent decides to dump X Factor, and then you need to make a comeback with whoever's left. So if you're Sentinel and Haggar both get caught in an X Factor combo, it meant that you had to make a comeback with Hulk. But yeah, in terms of neutral, he had some decent neutral, but getting in against zoners was kind of impossible if he was the last man in the team. And considering some of the zoners in this game.
Trying to do the best thing possible right now to keep this in. Okay, but Chris G looking real healthy. Here comes this X Factor.
And he does.
All right, he X Factor's right back. Will Chris G take this?
One more hit away. All of these soldiers that he's blocking is not letting him regain a lot of health back. You do not regain.
Fun fact about Morgan Ainsland, she's actually from Scotland, so that's my Scottish representation, a succubus. Which is interesting because in Scottish folklore, where the game tries to play with folklore and stuff like that, we don't have succubuses. So Capcom were both uneducated and horny. Either or no, something to say, we don't have succubuses in Scotland, but we do have something somewhat similar known as a Bodhan Sheath. Hope I'm saying that right. God bless culture. Basically, it is a fairy hag or a fairy witch. They lure people in, but they tend to be like an old decrepit bastard type thing. So we do have that, but we don't have what Morgan is, which is fine, might I add. But yeah, he was truly the extreme design when it comes to being a grappler. Getting in and try to play poke-based neutral again was kinda impossible in a game like Marvel vs. Capcom, and he had to rely on assists to get him in. Because of that, his strengths really stood out in terms of having great health and great offense. Don't sleep on that, it was ridiculous. In terms of his design, they really focused on the extreme of making him slow and hard to get in, and that was because his get-ins, when he was actually in and running offense, he was extremely powerful. So I absolutely love the design of this, of making him a very powerful grappler when he's in, and I mean powerful, I mean absurdly powerful. But getting in was the problem, so we'll be getting started into his strengths now. Well, what made him powerful? Well, that would be his great mix-ups, scary normals, having a reversal, that's crazy, amazing damage, and basically can play in any position. Now these are the basic strengths, but I want to go into them each detail. And starting simply, we're going to start with the mix-up game. Haggar had a very powerful mix-up game. He had his flying pile driver to be used as a mix-up tool in terms of like trying to do a strike throw. Like any grappler does, you've got the grab and you've got the strike. And his strike was very powerful because it led to very strong pressure, for example, that lead pipe. The lead pipe was very plus on block, allowing Haggar to kind of start offense from there if he ever had it blocked. And he can also use assist to kind of extend that pressure if he wanted to. Let's say he wanted to go for something a little bit more fake-ish, or maybe go for something cheeky. He did have the assist to cover him. And when he actually did land a hit, you also had another mix-up to deal with, which was his resets. He could reset his combos to go into Hoodlum Throw. Hoodlum Throw is normally a strike tool used to extend combos, but if you press the medium and heavy version, the medium version will lunge forward and do a command grab, and the heavy version will make him lunge up and get a command grab, meaning he could drop his combos on purpose and reset with a Hoodlum Throw that lets him reset for a ton of damage, meaning he can hit you with 2 interactions, do a combo, break it, feint it, reset it, and kill your character just like that. Yeah, you can catch your character for trying to reset in the air, or he could catch you falling asleep at the wheel and do a grounded Hoodlum Throw. Oh, and in terms of his combo game, he had a very powerful combo game. His supers, for example this one where he does a beatdown, kind of similar to a final fight, he will mash the hell out of you, punch the hell out of your guts, but to extend the damage on that, you can actually mash the buttons of your controller to extend the damage and make it do a ton more, meaning carpal tunnel. But you have to be tactful about the mashing, because if you press all 4 buttons together, you'd cancel the X Factor, meaning you drop the combo and you've wasted one of the most powerful resources in the game. When it came to this combo game, well, let me just put it simply for you. Lead pipe sound effect. But what made Haggar truly powerful in this game was that damned lariat. That's right, he had a lariat that made him invulnerable for 40 frames. That's a long period of time, so guessing when to punish it, you had to get good at this game. The other factor about it is that it also took his own health away. Like in Final Fight, this is something I like about Marvel. They're really good at implementing characters from previous games and kind of bring them in nicely into it. This was great because he was able to turn immediate defense into immediate offense. Why is that? Well, he could use Meteor afterwards and use DHC to stay safe and maybe set up something using the other supers. For example, Sentinel Super is a really good defensive tool, so DHCing into that would probably help him a ton after the DP. And of course, he can use X Factor as well when it's blocked or on hit to confirm a combo or to confirm pressure. Yeah, the main thing that made this DP insane was the fact that it was an assist. Now, you're probably not wondering why that makes it so crazy. You had access to a 40 frame assist DP. That's powerful. We can go into the round start that made it so powerful, and that is Hulk's round start. Yes, Hulk is a very powerful round start character in this game, especially paired with Haggar assist. Because just like that, he can walk up, Haggar assist, and he can threaten strike throw, 50-50s, and use armor call out bad mashing. Hulk truly had a terrifying round start because of that Haggar assist. If he was wrong, he was safe, and if he was right, he got a pickup. Yeah, this was so brutal because Hulk would walk forward, and if you didn't respect it, you get clipped in the jaw by Haggar, and if you got caught sleeping at the wheel, Hulk had armor to catch you. Just like that, it's not a fun situation. Truly a disgusting round start you didn't want to hold, and I truly think that adds to the more evil factor of the character. And now it's time to get into the diabolical stuff being more of his mix-up game. Now I know what you're wondering, I've already covered his mix-up game. Well, what made it more evil were these situations that were rare, but when they came up, truly made the character powerful. But yeah, the player to watch was KBR. This player was amazing at utilizing all of the tools that Haggar had. Same with Hulk and Sentinel. His team was ridiculous. He was so good at the game. And it was great to see such character variation in a game that had ZMC, such a powerful team comp that had access to so much. He decided to have a bit of personality, go for that big body mentality, the Sentinel, the Hulk, and the Haggar. Really made it such a cool team dynamic, and I think that's what makes Marvel such a beautiful game to watch at times. But he had two pieces of gross tech, one being the cross-up tech. Now I know what you're wondering, what even happened here? Right? What even happened? It makes no sense to you, you just see him hitting. Well, Lariat could be ducked. So Lariat actually had another weakness to it, despite the fact that it lost health, and it was whip punishable, is that you could duck it. But the thing is, if you can duck it, why is he getting hit? Well, people theorize that when you do a turnaround in Marvel vs. Capcom, for 1 frame, your character is standing. Yes. So that means that when you do this hop forward with Hulk, which is his forward dash by the way, he's turning the opponent around. And if you're holding down back, you're essentially holding down forward. And if your character's turning around for 1 frame, you got hit by Lariat and got picked up. Using this was very difficult and extremely niche, but if you got it, holy, this was such a powerful situation. Hulk not only had the offense that you just had to respect at times, so going for this type of play was totally doable, but at the end of the day, this was disgusting. This was a bit of a nasty piece of tech, but there are some characters doing some unblockable stuff in this game. ZMC, but I'm not going to talk about them. But yeah, the other one was the corner situation. If Haggar was able to kill somebody or snap them back in the corner, he can create a situation with Sentinel assist, creating a disgusting 50-50 situation that can call out multiple things and even OS multiple things. He has one where he calls you out for push blocking, he has one for calling you out for jumping, he has one for you calling out chicken blocking after ground blocking, and he has one that will simply call you out for just respecting the situation. Yeah, it's kind of gross. And if you decide that you're gonna just like avoid the throw and just like block it and all that stuff, wait for your opportunity, you also had an instant overhead. This is a very powerful situation because the Sentinel assist covered him, so if he was wrong and anything went badly, it didn't go badly. And if he was correct, he'd get a pickup to a ton of damage. And like we mentioned earlier, this is a 2-touch character. With Meteor, he becomes a 1-touch character. So if you're at this point where you've snapped somebody back, or you've killed an enemy teammate, well, just like that, you've got a kill scenario, and probably one of the weaker characters if they're running ZMC. this is a strong situation. It's very powerful. I think it's time to look towards the best players with the character specialists, if you will, and the best to look at would probably be KBR and Dino, please.
Oh, nice block. Ooh, we're out of there. Oh. What? God, I thought he got the back dash.
He was out of there. Wow.
So did he extract it in level 3?
Yep. See, okay, so the reason Kimber, that actually did do the combo, Kimber was blocking because of the Merciless. Merciless was out there and blocked. The ultimate guard and all that.
Spencer is out here. Hard tag back in the Haggar. Yo!
That's not hurt.
That's disgusting.
Oh, are you serious? In his chops like that, KBR? You feel like that, bro? You feel like that? Oh, man. Oh, it hits on the last round. Of course it hits on the last round, baby. That was so calculated from KBR. Now AT. That's a classic.
I love that, man.
That's a classic. Oh boy. Okay, so Haggar comes back. Oh, that's the beefy 8-layer burrito dip mix-up that KBR pulls out. You know when Haggar tags in and drones are behind it is a horrible situation.
You cannot like this, man.
That's the beefy. I'm telling you, the burrito mix-up, man. House layer after layer, bro.
You cannot deal with it, man. Look at that.
Yo. Okay.
What happened to your vitality?
Woo, woo. Wow.
Woo! Kane River. Wow.
To end off this video, I want to talk about how much I absolutely love the design of Haggar. He's the extreme design of a grappler in terms of like no form of gimmicks, nothing crazy. And his gettings are awful, but once he's in, he has some of the most suffocating 50-50 pressure of your life, of so many extending layers that's proven many a times by players like KBR, Paradigm, and Dino Please. Dino Please doesn't really compete, but he's more of a casual player that explores the character, a bit more of a fun type player, I would suppose, compared to a Sweat. And the way they play these characters really makes them stand out. They make them a very fun spectacle to watch, because they understand what makes Haggar Haggar. They understand the easy strike, throw, grappler with such insane throw capabilities. I feel like they did such a great job with the way Haggar's designed. I also love how Evilly's genuinely designed. He's designed to be some of the most villainous type grappler in terms of getting offense started. And I would say that this video was very fun to make. I decided to go into this with not having a ton of research on my side in the Marvel vs. Capcom side. And I just went for it. I did a ton of research, I understood what I could. And it was great to learn about this game and things that I didn't know about. It really opened my horizon even more, and I encourage more people to do so. If I'm wrong about something, please let me know. It'll be greatly appreciated. And yeah, I just want to end off the video by saying, hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Trying to hit 2K subs, we're almost there, so, you know, let's get it. Yeah, I suppose I'll be catching you guys in the next one where I'll take a look at one of your suggestions. I didn't want to just keep doing SNK, because I'm going to be real. I love those grapplers to death. I can talk to them about death. What type of bias is that, right? So they're on the forefront. I'm considering them next. I'm considering doing an SNK grappler yet again. But yeah, fellas, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Panda, and I'm peacing out. See you in the next one.